It's gonna take forever. I mean, as soon as I try to go online, go live, I see just I can't get to the point yet because it's just so funny. This this what ain't funny. It's this guy, but he's 66. Probably been living in Baltimore his whole life. He saw, and basically he probably lived in the good part, you know. But like we've been said, they coming for all y'all white folks, and it seems like it happened right in front of his house. I mean, I'm not gloating. I'm just saying it's not just in the hood. Yeah, I saw the video yesterday. The video, yeah, they stomped him. I mean, you can see it. They blurred out his face, but they knocked him out and then stomped on his head, literally. Damn. But he's talking, but he's alive, and he's talking. I guess he at this point, but the report, that we keep ask the reporters who he voted for last time. And see, that's what I'm saying. They want to turn the whole country into a Democrat country. Then we can't have no guns, and they just go try to take our guns, all that shit, and just tyranny. But honestly, that wouldn't have been going on for that long. If they would have took over, it would have been like Russia, the old Russia. East Germany or Germany was a Western, whatever. No crime, or like North Korea, no crime. No, that wouldn't have been going on. That's why I keep telling y'all niggas, you ain't doing all that shit if these motherfuckers, because it's part of the New World Order. They wouldn't even be in charge. Kamala wouldn't even be in charge. I just showed you a video where they trying to sign over all freedoms and rights, because of that, the climate, all that, yeah, climate, whatever, to the WEF, World Economic Federation, or whatever it is, foundation. And that's a real thing. So no, they would. Yeah, you wouldn't be black no more. That's the thing. You would, yeah, y'all fight all this black. I'm black. We're black. You not one of it. You wouldn't even be black. You'd just be a citizen of the world, a slave.
Bernie not sharing his whole face or his last name because there are still some suspects on the streets, but he's sharing what happened.
In my mind, I knew what was coming next. So I started to run, and they started to chase me. And as I was running, I was screaming, help, help, I'm being robbed.
He says the suspects were wearing ski masks.
He pulled the gun out, and he stuck the gun in my face. And I said, what do you want? And he said, I want everything.
And that's when he says an altercation unfolded, and then he was attacked.
My daughter
They
came
showed
out
it
to
right
me
there.
and said, Dad,
But
Dad.
that would they
And
show the whole thing.
Bernie says Baltimore police told him 2 suspects were apprehended. BPD now telling us an 18-year-old.
See, yeah, you can see that neighborhood because these other Baltimore, they put videos in the hood in Baltimore. Yeah, it's garbage and all that shit. So they coming out, they coming to y'all. And he said his daughter came out. That mean that was outside their house. They coming to their neighborhood. They and he did it. But listen,
15-year-old were arrested, and this handgun was recovered. BPD says they took the 15-year-old to the Department of Juvenile Services to request detention, but the teen released to a guardian.
here's another. What the hell's a squeegee kid in the back by motorists? So they in Baltimore. I guess the guy who shot it, because they said those squeezy kids in Atlanta, they got the water bottle boys. They just trying to what's it called? Extort. Yeah, robbery, extortion.
Keith Daniels spoke to that squeegee kid and joins us live with what we're learning. Keith. Well, Kai, the squeegee kid is 19 years old.
19. He ain't no damn kid. It's a squeezy man. This motherfucker need to be in the military somewhere. Well, it's the woke military. Yeah, it's the woke military, so what he worried about? All he gotta worry about is saying the right thing. He's out there fucking trying to make money squeegeeing this shit.
He told me he'd been working that same intersection for the past year, but last night things turned violent on that intersection, and tonight a squeegee kid is shot and the suspect a motorist.
See, Baltimore, Democrat, suspect. I mean, we'll see. I doubt, but the squeegee shit was just innocent. He ain't talking shit. Hey, man, you can't get out. Fuck you, nigga. You ain't gonna give me a couple dollars. I done wiped your window. Yeah, that, whatever. But Democrats. Oh, so you was there. Yeah, we're not playing that game no more.
At the corner of MLK Boulevard and West Franklin Street, squeegee kids at work, captured on camera.
Squeegee kids at work. He said that like they're construction workers at work. You hear these and that's the reporter. Supposed to be college educated. Squeegee kids at work. Ain't supposed to be in traffic. Whatever. I don't care if the light red. Whatever.
Illegal in Baltimore City. Still Friday afternoon at that intersection, it was business as usual. But hours earlier, business disrupted. Gunfire at MLK and West Franklin Street Thursday night.
I got shot in my back. It came up my
It's illegal in the first place, like they said. So, but the suspect. See what we're talking about? You vote for Democrats, defend yourself. You the suspect. Then they gonna say, who wasn't supposed to have a gun? Yeah, everybody's supposed to have a gun. Everybody of age. Ain't no such thing as not supposed to. Because the person is free. He's not in a mental hospital. He's not in prison. Or still, on probation or parole or whatever. Then he or she can have a gun.
Just before 8 p.m., police responded to an area hospital for a walk-in shooting victim. They discovered later he was shot at MLK and West Franklin. Fox 45 has learned the shooting victim is 19-year-old Amar Gibbs, a squeegee kid since he was 15 years old.
If I come right down to that block and the police see me, they're gonna tell you, he got give everybody respect.
So y'all was listening to me. Look how fast. Did I say that 4 minutes ago? Might have been. There's no way. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Ada got 2 likes already. Cause they're probably watching and commenting. It's like whatever they use their what's the name voice to whatever make me scroll down.
Gibbs says he was squeegeeing at that intersection Thursday night, washing cars for money, when he says a motorist shot him.
Why don't he go work at a real car wash and make more money? Or because he's doing something else, trying to rob people.
Gibbs had shock trauma tonight, telling us what happened when he says he approached the suspect's vehicle.
I walked to the window. I said, I know you don't want the windows done. So he said, as soon as I said that, like before I could even finish talking, he said, you don't know disrespect me. And once he said that, I said what I said and then walked off. Once I got to the next car, well, not to the next car, but once I was at the back of his car, but walking to the next car, I heard shots.
He says a bullet pierced his back. Another one hit his shoulder. Gibbs believes he was the victim of mistaken identity.
It had to be.
Why do you think it was a case of mistaken identity?
Because I ain't the type of person to disrespect nobody. Somebody on a block slapped somebody earlier, and I guess they were saying that I look like the person.
Meantime, back of the intersection Friday afternoon.
But it's the funny one.
Monday evening, and turned on Fox 45 News.
I seen the young man and I recognized him.
When did you find out Walter was a gang member and also a murderer?
On the news, Mr. Pass. On the news. And I cannot believe it.
Angela Studevant was stunned last week when she sat down Monday evening and turned on Fox 45 News.
I seen the young man and I recognized his face. I just kept on saying, I know this young man. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Walter.
Studevant, for 5 years, worked as a child care specialist at the Children's Home in Baltimore County. The Children's Home is a foster care group home that, according to its website, provides child, youth, and family services to promote long-term well-being and success.
Yes.
During her time at the home, Studevant cared for hundreds of children, including Walter Martinez.
I think that was awful and despicable. That put me in a line of fire that I didn't even know that I was in.
On July 27th, 2022, Martinez killed 20-year-old Kayla Hamilton in Harford County. After the murder, Aberdeen police quickly identified Martinez as the main suspect. According to charging documents, Martinez was an MS-13 gang member who entered the country.
Bottom line, all these specials and news reports, if the people really care, you get rid of Democrats. That's the end of it. There's no need for all this, talking, and get rid of the Democrats. Now, back to what I was supposed to talk about this morning. So, yeah, they sent to more investigating. Should I play? Which one should I play first? This is from a day ago.
Honestly, it's become something of a democratic right of.
Well, let me see the other one. I'll play the other one first. It should be in. Well, here you go.
When Google Fiber first launched 1 gig, it cost
$70.
okay, but today
There have been a lot of talks in society and in politics about the federal government wiping out student loan debt. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Would you be for that?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
So since you don't have student loan debt, something we're asking students is, would you be willing, as someone who has no debt, to pay a little bit more so that some of your peers who do have debt could get that erased off? Would you be willing to maybe pay more tuition, pay more taxes so that someone could get their debt lowered?
Probably. Maybe.
Maybe. What?
That wasn't the one I was looking for, but
There have been a lot of talks in society and in politics about the federal government wiping out student loan debt. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
Y'all, they done called Kamala Harris out here posing with this fake grandma and hiding this one. Listen, you have to watch this whole video today. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. The Kamala Harris defense team is really quiet right now, acting like they didn't see the four-piece special exposing the lies of their curry queen. After all these folks came for Janet Jackson, remember first it was this lady right here who popped it all off, the reporter at The Guardian. She really tried to comfort Janet Jackson and the Jackson family. Yeah, tried to make Janet Jackson look like she was crazy in that little article she wrote, that hit piece. She's super diabolical, releasing that crap a week after Tito Jackson died. This lady right here. And then D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin, both of them together jumped Janet Jackson in defense of Kamala the cosplaying chameleon. But it was this reporter.
I mean, D.L. Hughley, everybody definitely know about Roland Martin, but obviously Hughley, I mean, I just can't see no reason to do that to any woman. You know, you're like, well, what about, you know, da. All my jokes are about her being a hoe. You could talk about her being a hoe, but he like want to fight her. They want to fight. You don't hear me talk about, oh, we physical. I've just got old jokes about her being a hoe and tossed up. That's always been fair game. Nothing about, you know, he ain't say what I'm talking about, even though they ain't talked down. There's like, you know, just nasty, vicious attack, like women attack other women. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those type of attacks is what they did to Janet, and they're supposed to be men. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I've been type that is. Let me see. This is when I really got mad at him years ago. I would play this. I ain't really paying because this 13 years. This say 13 years ago. See, look at these dudes. I think but I mean, Lisa Ray, she turns out to be just like all. Well, what was her bestie? I guess I would say the one. You know, the one from Independence Day, and what she was in. Don't be a menace for a second. Don't be a menace to society. But drinking your juice in the hood. I forgot her name. You know, see, everybody used to know her. But you know, yeah, she got all this surgery, and all of them mad about. They was mad about something. I forgot. It was, you know, they was having some kind of video call with like Lisa Ray and a bunch, you know, three of them, the has-beens, black female actresses, all mad. I think they were mad at black men or something. I don't know what it was. You know, but anyway, not saying not that, you know, especially guys my age, you know, that's still, you know, it's Lisa Ray, but. So I saw this probably, I think when I first moved up here. Yeah, because I've been here 10 years now. Yeah, so I was in my other apartment. And I would just go through the internet. I was like, I knew who he was, some dude from the news, but all this stuff hadn't really happened yet. And this is when I knew, and I left a comment. I wonder if it's still here. This might not be this one then. Another video. I had to leave. I'm like, I was so offended. How did they just watch? Yeah, look, there you go. That's Roland Martin. Look, see, at the time, I just clicked on it because of Lisa Ray. This was like 10 years ago. So, and when I saw it, was 3 years old. Right, nobody give a fuck about Essence Fest. I know it's been happening since I was little, right? Probably, you know, Essence for the, you know, black women. We don't even look at Essence. You look at Jet magazine for the turn. We only go back then. You just look at it, and while you waiting in line at the grocery store, and go straight to the middle for the Jet Beauty. You might flip through the rest of it, but you know, Ebony magazine, that's for women. You know, if it was in your house, it was you know, your mama, your sisters, or somebody. But anyway. But we didn't know these idiots really were trying to take over not just the black community, but help the communists take over the whole world. Like Pinky and the Brain or some shit. Alright, so anyway, let me keep playing the video. Yeah, look at that. But that's not the whole one. I just trying to uh set, set up my joke and show you why Roland Martin is mad at Janet Jackson. Oh, they won't show. Yeah, that's not the word I was looking for. I saw another one where they well, here go another one, but I don't know who he dancing with. See what I'm saying? Every time he dancing with some bitch, he he look. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why they ain't want none of us. That's why they don't want none of us there. Not cause they scared of us or nothing like that. They tried. None but women. I can't find it no more. But see, the real nigga know what my joke is. But I don't care. All the shit. Nobody gives a fuck. But the only reason, um, Vivica Fox. Yeah, the only reason Vivica Fox, she fucked her face up. With all this surgery. Why? If anything, why you do that shit? But nobody take them seriously. They just a bunch of old bitter bitches. Even Lisa Ray. But obviously she get a pass. But the thing was, the other one I saw, he was just dancing like with the other one. Yeah, it's like he trying to outdance a bitch, Lisa Ray. She probably would have hit me or something. Get off my ass, nigga. He's up there dancing 10 feet away. This ain't this type of dance. We supposed to, you know. But anyway, I just happened to see that video. I don't know why I saw it. This was like 10 years ago when I saw it. So yeah, so of course he gonna attack Janet Jackson because he women don't like other women. It's a cat fight. Man, deal.
Keeping my family healthy is my top priority. Thankfully, I discovered Aquasana.
Y'all, they don't call Kamala Harris out.
When you're talking about a family.
The reporter at The Guardian, she really tried to comfort Janet Jackson and the Jackson family. Yeah, tried to make Janet Jackson look like she was crazy in that little article she wrote, that hit piece. She's super diabolical, releasing that crap a week after Tito Jackson died. This lady right here. And then D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin, both of them together jumped Janet Jackson in defense of Kamala the cosplaying chameleon. But it was this reporter right here who instigated the whole situation. D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin protecting this Indian woman while jumping a black woman, Janet Jackson. The only black woman on the screen right now. I already said what I had to say about D.L. Out of order.
Is it DL too? Because I don't care what you say. There's no man. And it ain't even just, they don't have to be Janet Jackson. No man would just, start cracking jokes on a woman's looks like that. Because, I just, But then you go through the comments and, you can say it's a good thing to change, but, yeah, now you see all these black women, like say defending Candace, but they didn't like her months ago. Most black women, they thought she hated black. Yeah, she herself every time. Remember, matter of fact, T.I. tried to go. They was trying to have. She went to they were having a debate. I don't know why she would debate T.I., but he tried to, all he had was stupid shit, the stupid hood black shit. You not black, you fake, do whatever. If I don't even know it, I couldn't even listen to ignorant. I don't know how. Well, she's a woman, she got more patience. I don't know. I couldn't listen to him. I just would have left. he didn't have nothing but jokes, and not even funny jokes, just the joke, just the lame "you're not black" jokes. They, this and that, you self-hating, why you want to be black. Yeah, now, but now they seem to be coming, but see, because they've been suffering while T.I. and other snitches and everybody else been still living fat. And then they realize, like, coming after me and other folks, they're just gonna make you more miserable. Spying on me or watching me, you looking too hard. You looking at me, you just making yourself miserable. You need to go talk to your master. Dear Hughley, T.I., and Roland Martin, and whoever else, and Oprah, and ask them for some money. Don't come my way.
One person, and let's just say no one was ready for this rabbit hole she went down.
And by the way, I'm going to say this, and people can be offended, but the first thing that I thought when I saw the photo of her sitting on her great-grandmother's lap was that this doesn't look like a grandparent affection going on here. Like, this woman looks like she could be working for the family. Quite literally, I thought to myself, this woman looks like she could be the help. And I thought that because there's a lack of affection there. Do you know what I mean? But there's no, in both of the photos, there's a lack of affection. It's just like a woman standing next to her. And I obviously know that that was a circumstance. When you're talking about a family that had a ton of plantations, which is the reality. She descends from Irish slavers. That is a fact that Kamala Harris cannot deny. She descends from wealthy Irish slavers who virtually they did own the town. They named the town. It was Hamilton Town, then it was Brownstown in Jamaica. He had over 1,000 slaves, okay? It would follow that there would be help around the house. And I'm just going to put here as a question mark, not as a fact.
The house, niggas, and then, they swear, all these folks for Kamala, they swear, remember, still talking about slavery, but they still voting and fighting for Kamala. It's a fact, slavery, we would reparate slavery and racism, but y'all literally, that's why I kept calling y'all slaves, keep calling y'all slaves, house niggas. Your master Biden, now your mistress Kamala or whatever. You wouldn't call them, that's proper. Yeah, you would call her, he had a hot rod UPS. He took his truck to the. He took it to the. He took his UPS truck to the mechanic. Yo, man, put this supercharger on there. But anyway, yeah, you heard the truck is he up there, he racing, drag racing that bitch. But actually, yeah, it sounded pretty good. But never really. But yeah, they hated the slavery, but all this documentation. Y'all were people who families never owned slaves, and you've never been a slave, but you want money from them, but you fighting for and dissing other people in the name of a descendant of a literal slave owner. It was so recent in recent history that there's still documentation. They named the town Browntown. I guess they was trying to be funny. Browntown. Y'all niggas, boy, I give up. Yeah, y'all try to play it off. It's gonna be historic. Yeah, it's historic if she wed. It'd be historic idiots. I want to say, I'm gonna talk to a couple people I know, because all this is new revelations, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna say, "Oh, I don't pay attention to that stuff." I don't. Yeah, they don't pay attention. Okay, well, I'm bringing it to your attention. But then they gonna change and say, so I don't care. What does that matter?
If they're looking at some of these photos of people who became like family and they're trying to pass them off like relatives, again, not a fact, a huge question mark, but my instinct tells me that that person is actually not her family member. And if it is, well, Kamala's got some explaining to do. How did she meet Grandma Beryl? If they're looking at some of these photos of people who became like family and they're trying to pass them off like relatives, again, not a fact, a huge question mark, but my instinct tells me that that person is actually not her family member. And if it is, well, Kamala's got some explaining to do. How did she meet Grandma Beryl almost 20 years after Grandma Beryl died?
Yeah, coming for Janet Jackson's neck resulted in Candace Owens digging through Kamala's Jamaican part of the family to see if Janet was right. There's no argument about her mom's side. Everybody's in agreement that her mother is Indian. The part that was always sketchy was the Jamaican side. It was just weird that all these folks were so adamant about calling Janet Jackson's comments misinformation, but none of them actually did any research at all to verify Janet's claims. They just always went along with Kamala's dad, Donald J. Harris, was Jamaican, so that meant he was black. When anyone with sense knows Jamaica is a country, a nationality, not a race. I've had some Jamaicans in here laughing in the comments because they also testified that there are white Jamaicans, Chinese, Indian Jamaicans. They're all there too. Everyone on the island is not of African descent. The biggest lie that
It's like an American or Englishman. You're Chinese Englishman. You was born there. Your family might have just moved there in 1990, one or something. But you're a 25-year-old Englishman, right? Yeah.
was exposed is Kamala the Cosplay Chameleon showing a picture in her book of a lady named Beryl. She said that was her grandmother, Beryl. Yeah, Kamala's grandmother is supposedly a woman named Beryl Finnegan. Someone her father didn't talk about much. This picture just popped up when Kamala was running for president the first time. When she tried to cosplay as a black American woman all of a sudden. After years of running as an Indian American woman, she was desperately trying to blacken up her whole story. She went from propping up her Indian family to all of a sudden always talking about Howard and AKAs. Kamala the Cosplay Chameleon erased everything else, like her Canadian background, that most Americans didn't know about until a couple of months ago. Yeah, we're talking about the lady that's been in the White House for nearly 4 years. No one knew about her Canadian background.
At MDVIP, we've reimagined primary care because we understand the importance of
Her Indian mother raised her in Canada with her Indian family members. She went to middle school up there, high school, and started college there. Most of her friends were non-black women. Even now, Kamala's closest friends are white women. And listen, the woman isn't black American in any way. Her Indian family members. She went to middle school up there, high school, and started college there. Most of her friends were non-black women. Even now, Kamala's closest friends are white women. And listen, the woman isn't black American in any way, lineage, race, or culture. The only black in her was a black man named Willie Brown. We're talking about the married man that was a politician out in California. She was his mistress, and he...
Well, she's wrong about that, though. The pink book lesson. She's wrong. You forgot about Montel Williams. So he was up in there too. After Willie Brown, Willie Brown was done with it. Here you go, bro. He passed to the Montel. He said the only black in earth. This shit would be super funny if she wasn't trying to be leader of the free world. This is crazy, though.
Used his political power to get her into office in San Francisco before they pushed her to be the AG of the state. But hey, if she wanted to be the president of the United States as a Democrat, she had to get real black support. And her days of sleeping with Willie Brown and going to these Hollywood parties were over when she married Doug Emhoff. A man who cheated on his ex-wife and allegedly was out here getting women pregnant as a married man. Very interesting, by the way. But yeah, Kamala had no real ties to Black America, so she had to make up some and do it really quick. Now, how did she do that? Well, she took this picture of a Black Jamaican woman and called her Grandma Beryl. This picture was taken in Jamaica around the 80s or 90s. The only problem is Beryl Finnegan.
You know, and this just happened, right? All of this is just happening really just this week. You know, Candace just started doing the digging, you know, when they went after Janet. It is always, remember I kept telling her years ago, I keep saying, y'all, every time y'all gonna do it to yourselves because you're stupid. I told you you're stupid. I kept telling you, but you're stupid. That's the irony. It's like some kind of trap y'all are in. It's like I'm trying to tell you. Anybody else, I wouldn't have got told I was stupid. I never had. But y'all, we can't talk to you because you just, it's like talking to, yeah, that's what, when you was a kid, you used to hear, I used to hear it, but not at me. You know, you can hear with the frustration of other adults, you know, it's like talking to a brick wall. You know, especially this the 80s, as the late 80s start coming around, you know, it more trouble for kids to get into, drugs, gangs, or whatever. So now it's not just, you know, not cleaning your room is, you know, whatever is, you know, now they might be getting picked up by the cops or this and that. And they know either he gonna end up dead or in prison. It's like talking to a brick wall. I never really understood. I never had to think about it because, like I said, all my friends, I guess I never hung with stupid people. You know, I guess they just didn't want to hang with me. But thankfully it was enough smart niggas that I had multitudes of friends. You know, during that time. That's how I kept telling y'all. It wasn't an insult. And I knew y'all was going to take it as an insult. I'm like, it's not an insult. Yeah, you see, he just put his head down. I probably ain't turned it fast enough. You know, that little guy with the the red Cadillac, he put his head down. But yeah, I guess they wanted me to stop talking. They knew that, you know, I'd go for a ride now. I got to watch this shit up anyway. And so I told you, it's just like, yeah, the dude riding by in the red Cadillac, and he probably still got that damn tag on, you know, a 30-day tag, the little fake blood. But anyway, you know, like I said, they just kill that motherfucker. But anyway, he's you know, you're just stupid. They did stupid. They thought they was gonna catch Janet Jackson. Then you got your two stupid ass niggas, D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin, and made shit worse for yourselves. Now a whole new can of worms that then popped up from public records. There's nothing you can do about that. It's public records. It really all somebody had to do was look, but most people didn't think to look. But since you went after Janet Jackson, now you shot yourselves in the foot, stupid motherfuckers. Just like you keep riding by my house, just stupid. Just keep doing more and more stupid shit that backfires on you every fucking time. Stupid people.
She died in 1960, 4 years before Kamala was even born. Based on all the official records, Beryl died in 1960. Kamala was born in California in 1964. So how could she be standing next to a woman in the 80s or 90s that died 20 to 30 years prior?
As speculated, we were able to confirm that Kamala's Black grandmother that she showed us in that picture died in 1960, before Kamala was born. I can show you right now her death certificate. Let's take a look at Beryl's death certificate, which confirms.
And then Candace then put out another one. But here's another one I'm gonna do when I get back. I'm about to.
Does your internet bill keep getting higher? That's because promo pricing is full of surprises. At Google Fiber, there's no.
Who banned opposition parties, had political adversaries imprisoned without charges.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that day. What was that? Monday? I was talking shit about the UPS store. And I said they was laughing when I got in there. That was called because I had on, this. As a matter of fact, I got the same shirt on. Because the matter of fact, the chick that helped me, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. She was looking. I could tell she was looking at it when I walked in. She was looking at it, and that's what like they're giggling. That's what we're talking about. And it says how to do socialism. Because socialism, the communists always say, we just got to do it right. They just haven't done it right. You haven't done social communism right. That's why every country that tries it fails. Establish a new communist utopia, right? Like they're trying to do. Rob or kill the successful. Force the rest to work for free. Run out of food. Starve to death. Say it wasn't real communism. Yeah, it rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. You go to another country, destroy it with communism. Like, the first step, rob and kill the successful people. Like they try to do it, trying to stop me, sabotage me, all this shit. Send their little punk ass bloods by that, not real bloods, but little fake ones and shit. And then, the whole thing, they force everybody else, the rest of the bums, they gonna have to just work for free. Run out of food, starve to death, then say it wasn't real communism. No, like we said, and we got too many examples. Every example is not too many, because there's not one example of it actually working. There's no examples of communism done right. Because first of all, the smart people like us, people like me, you don't want to be a communist. They can't understand. Losers and stupid people cannot understand why we don't want to be communists. And like I say, stop arguing and debating. Just put that shit to bed forever. Never to be, no, it's never going to happen. It's just like other things that died, civilizations or whatever. But those are civilizations. They just, but communism, that idea, because last thing I say, if you got offspring, even 200 years from now, there's no way you'll know, but you don't feel like if that shit rise up again and they're forced to go through that shit and starve to death, and there's not you'll be dead and you won't know about it, and you won't be looking down. There's none of that stuff. You ain't gonna know about it. But while you here, you can make sure that shit never happens ever again. But anyways, let me head on out. Let's see what these fools got